Chapter-2 Chuk-Chuk. Chuk-Chuk was a red toy train. It had a powerful headlight, a bell, 3 carriages, and many strong wheels. Whenever Chuk-Chuk moved, the headlight shone brightly and the bell rang loudly. All the children passing by saw it in the shop window. They would stop to look at it and scream, "What a beautiful toy train! Look how quickly it moves on the railway tracks!" When Chuk-Chuk heard these words of praise, it became very proud. One day, a rich man bought the red toy train for his grandson. When Rahul opened his grandfather's present, he shouted with joy. He put Chuk-Chuk in the big basket where he kept his other toys. Jumbo the elephant smiled and said,
"Welcome, Chuk-Chuk."
Chuk-Chuk did not reply. Mithu the parrot squawked, "Will you give us a ride, Chuk-Chuk?" Chuk-Chuk did not answer. When Teddy, the leader of the toys, tried to talk to Chuk-Chuk, it did not reply. When the toys chatted and played during the night, Chuk-Chuk sat in a corner. It did not try to make friends with the other toys in the basket. The toys whispered to each other,
Chuk-Chuk is very proud. It thinks it's better than us.
One evening, Rahul's friends, Atul and Mohan, came to play with Chuk-Chuk. They made it run many times round the garden. Chuk-Chuk started feeling tired and sleepy. Then it was time for the boys to go home. Atul accidentally kicked Chuk-Chuk. Bing, bang, bong! Chuk-Chuk went flying into a bush. Its powerful headlight fell off, and there were deep scratches all over its body. Rahul said goodbye to his friends and went inside his house. He forgot all about Chuk-Chuk. Soon it became dark. Poor Chuk-Chuk was alone and frightened in the bush. Teddy was worried about Chuk-Chuk. He said to all the toys,
"Chuk-Chuk hasn't come back. We must try to find it."
Mithu the parrot said, "Why should we worry about Chuk-Chuk? It doesn't even talk to us." Teddy said,
"Mithu, it's true what you say, but I think Chuk-Chuk is in trouble. We must help it."
Then all the toys agreed to look for Chuk-Chuk. They went into the garden to find it. They called out, "Chuk-Chuk, dear friend, where are you?" Suddenly they heard sobs coming from a bush. They ran towards it and found Chuk-Chuk lying in it. Teddy and Jumbo pulled it out and brought it back to Rahul's room. All the toys said lovingly, "Don't worry, Chuk-Chuk, we'll take care of you." They cleaned it properly. Sim-Sim, the clown, taped Chuk-Chuk's headlight back into place. Then it painted over all the scratches with red paint. Chuk-Chuk looked bright and happy again. Chuk-Chuk's eyes filled with tears. It said, "I'm sorry. I was rude to all of you. Will you be my friends?" Everyone shouted, "Yes, Chuk-Chuk, we'll be your friends." Then all the toys lived happily ever after.